guys, and welcome in to the Mentions Cleared podcast, where we cover the best rivalry in all of sports. I am Jesse Gutierrez, and I represent the side of the San Francisco Giants.
And I'm Tyler Coe, and I represent the 2020 World Series champion, Los Angeles Dodgers.
So much things to talk about, so many ideas, I don't even know where to start right now. There's just so much going on. I mean, I think we could talk about how Jason Balser is probably going to be the MVP of the league. How he was destroying the Dodgers yesterday.
That's a really great observation.
Uh-huh.
You know, you and our girl Jessica both seem to think that he's the second coming of Ken Griffey Jr. or something. I don't know.
At least 500, 600 home runs in a career. I don't think there's any doubt about it.
I'll up the ante with this. My boy Zach McKinstry is going to win MVP this season.
Friend of the pod, yes.
If we're talking based on spring training, my boy Zach McKinstry is looking pretty good. RBI single tonight or yesterday when you're listening to this.
Yeah, that's the best thing about spring training, right? Like it's like there's no downfall. Like if someone does good, it's like, oh, they're about to have a good season. Look at what they're doing every single day. And if they're having a shitty time, it's like, well, it's just spring training.
It's just spring training, bro. Well, I heard an interesting stat. Dude, McKinstry hit like 415 last spring. So, and then he made it up to the big league club. There's my boy right now. He's up to bat. You know, right. I'm figuring he goes yard here for sure, but I could be wrong. I doubt it though.
We could both hope, because you want to know why? The games don't fucking. That's what's great. I could root for him now. We could stay on his good side, and then when it becomes time, we could just hope for it in secret. Giants do make a signing. They do a minor league signing of Jose Alvarez. Interesting arm. Had a pretty decent year for the Phillies last year, but only pitched like 8 games, which technically would be like half a season workload for last year's season. So, he's had a decent career, been with, the Angels and the Phillies. Minor league deals. What can you do? Yeah. The Farhan, when he hears someone's available, just picks everyone up. So, blanket, ring it all in. See if there's any value in them. Why the fuck not?
Speaking of if there's any value in anyone, do you find it odd that Yasiel Puig still hasn't signed? Because
I don't know if he's not getting the money he wants. I don't know if it's just the controversy that's surrounding him right now. If like the court stuff is looking bad for him, I don't know. But
I can't think it's the money, because I feel like Puig's the kind of guy that he just wants to play. So maybe it has something to do with the court and the controversy, because here's what got me thinking about it. Last night I read that Gerard Dyson signed back with the Royals for like $1.5 million. And it just got me thinking, like, because I thought it would be a minor league deal, but it's a major league deal. Who the hell wouldn't want Yasiel Puig over Gerard Dyson? I mean, get fucking real.
I think it's just the idea that he's fast, steal bases, and plus emotional ties with Gerard Dyson in Kansas City. They have a sneaky little good team over there, especially in the Central. They could definitely possibly win a lot of games over there. I mean, I would compare them almost to like Giants wise, where they're a middle of the road team, but all the picks they made, but the Giants are just in the fucking NL West. So I mean, honestly, if the Royals,
they have the Twins and the White Sox. That's just like the NL West with the Padres and the Dodgers.
But it's not though. Why are the Twins so good? I don't understand how they're so good. I don't.
They were pretty damn good last year
in the shitty Central, playing against the shitty Central.
Right. The only person potentially that they're losing is Jake Odorizzi, which
and I could see the White Sox, but because they had a great offseason, but at the same time, can we really depend on that until they do it? We can't exactly because there's a lot of teams that like look good on paper, especially the first, go at it and then just don't do shit. I.e., the
I mean, the White
Padres 2
Sox
years
added the
ago.
best closer in baseball,
Yeah.
arguably.
No, and they added solid pieces, but how many times does someone add one of the best closers in baseball and they just aren't that great? Example, Giants with Mark Melancon. So some deals just don't
That's
work
true.
out. Some, you know what I mean? Like with baseball, it's kind of funny. You can't just, sign a bunch of guys and everything work out. I would put, if I were to put my money on any team, it would be them in the Central, but we can't exactly call them a powerhouse until they prove some shit. So
yeah, we'll see. Something I did want to get into for a Dodger fans only. You don't matter here.
OnlyFans.
Trevor, yeah. Come see my OnlyFans. It's fucking weird.
It's like OnlyFans, but it's just Tyler with his shirt off eating pizza and shit.
Right. $49.99 a month. It's totally worth it. No, Trevor Bauer put out his first vlog as a Dodger
vlog
at spring training, and it's fucking rad. No matter what you think of the guy, I mean, it's super cool to see those behind the scenes things, and especially as a Dodger fan, we have backstage Dodgers every week. Now we're gonna have Trevor Bauer showing us like more inside stuff. It's pretty rad.
Yeah.
So even if you're not a fan of Trevor Bauer, I would recommend you go check it out because I think it's pretty neat. But
did you see the beef he had with Thor?
Oh yeah, Thor's a bitch, bro.
I don't know about that, dude.
Except I did pick him up in fantasy because he's on the 60-day IL, so it doesn't even count as a roster spot.
It seems like he is. It seemed like he was just making like a joke, and then Trevor Bauer just got so butthurt and was like, "Look at these comments you made on these people's accounts," and it was like, first of all, they were talking shit to him, and second of all, it's kind of funny. You're just showing that he's kind of funny. So I don't understand why he got so butthurt. Yeah, that's how it looked like to me. It looked like joke, butthurt, and then like try to continue with it, and then just not a good look for me.
I mean, butthurt or not, I'm here for all the players getting into it over Twitter. I think it's going to be great.
Yeah.
And I especially can't wait for the Dodgers to play the Mets.
How sucky would it be if
that's going to be lit as fuck
when the Dodgers go to New York and just happens to be that Bauer's not pitching?
That would suck. Especially, I still think the DH is going to sneak in there, but as every day goes by, it looks less likely, I suppose. It's going to be awesome if Bauer does pitch and then he hits, and if people start throwing at each other. And by then, I don't know when the Dodgers go to New York, but if it's towards the middle of June or later, there's a chance Thor might be pitching. So it could get interesting.
If the baseball gods are real, okay,
they're not.
If they are gracious to us, like I believe that they are, then Thor will be pitching against Trevor Bauer. Gosh, I feel like you don't know when Thor's going to come back though, because you could, like, for me, you could do the math on if everything goes to plan. With Trevor Bauer being number 3.
Yeah.
And doing that, and that's what I'm guessing you're looking at. What I was going to look at right now.
I'm looking at the scheduling to see when.
Yes, that's what I'm doing as well. New York Mets in New York, though, because I don't think Dodger fans really have a beef with Thor, even though he kind of went at their guy.
Oh, dude, we're not in New York until August 13th, 14th, and 15th,
which is kind of a good thing.
And then
if it was towards the beginning of the season, he wouldn't be pitching Syndergaard. So
the best part is though, so we finish up the series in New York on the 15th. Then we're at home against the Mets on the 19th.
Ooh.
So there's just one quick little 3-game series with Pittsburgh in between. So if shit pops off in New York, that's definitely going to carry over to the series in LA. Yep.
And there's no way that Trevor Bauer is not going to pitch at least one, because let's say he pitches the last game in Philly. He'll miss in New York, but he'll be pitching against them in LA. because it's almost back to back. So you're gonna at least see some sort of tiff between them, whether it be, you know, in LA or New York. I would much rather see New York because, like I said, I don't think Dodger fans really have a beef with Syndergaard at all.
Well, I mean, Syndergaard did throw at Chase Utley, and he missed very badly, and then Utley hit a grand slam. So,
dude, that clip with that umpire where
what is it? His ass is in the pressure cooker or whatever, or his ass is in the jackpot.
Yeah, no, yes,
you keep saying our ass is in the jackpot.
If you don't do anything, no. I understand what you're saying, but I like it when you just call him you cocksucker. Like that word is just so funny anytime you use it.
Terry, talk to me. No, that's pretty good. But I love Syndergaard. Like, he clearly throws like way behind him, and Syndergaard immediately is just like, yeah, like what? What are you talking about? You don't do my boy Chase Utley like that. So what? He broke your boy's leg because he's a bitch. It is what it is. Just like Buster Posey, Tejada couldn't take a nice
broken bone. Just a nice broken bone.
He couldn't take it because he's a bitch.
That makes
just
a
like
lot
Buster
of sense.
Posey. Yeah. Maybe they should. You know what Buster Posey I think should do before the season starts?
Your fucking legs right now.
He should do that. He should pull a Happy Gilmore. Just get in the batting cage, stand in front. Toughen up a little bit. He should have started when the season ended. 180 more days till baseball season starts. Got to toughen up.
Have you seen his physique? Have you seen Buster Posey's physique?
Yeah, it doesn't. It
looks like
no
he
match
has.
for this.
It looks like he has. I think it looks like he has. I think he did go a couple rounds in the fast pitch machine and took a couple to the chest. Boom. That my guy's looking thick in a good way.
Like me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 100%.
Only 29 days. Well, actually, when you listen, this will be 28 days. 28 days to the Buster Posey Dick Dropping Tour. We're here for it. I'm so fucking amped, bro. I'm so fucking amped. We're almost there. We almost made it to the finish line. And I'm even excited for spring training at this moment. Usually I'm already kind of like, I mean, these 6 inning, 7 inning games are kind of like, I understand why they have to do it. I'm not bitching. Another thing, us as baseball fans, we just lost more than half a season last year. I think we would have learned our lesson with, fans bitching about really dumb shit, but that is not true. People are bitching about because the Giants home jerseys are not going to have their names on the back, and people are fucking bitching about it. Like, oh, that's not traditional, and like, I'm just a purist. It's like, dude, why are we bitching about little shit? You should be thankful that we got baseball right now.
So they're not going to have the names on the back of the jersey?
They are going to have them now. They didn't before. They're home ones.
Who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
If anything, I think that's cool. I think it's
kind of tight. Yeah, I dig it.
Because like seeing the Yankees jerseys over the years, I always thought to myself, like, there's two ways to look at it. One, it would be cool because if a player moves on to another team and a new player comes in with that number, you can still wear that jersey and just be like, oh yeah, it's
that jersey.
Yeah, Alfonso Soriano. No, it's this guy now. But I also just think it looks lame without the names.
I like the name on the back. I really do.
Yeah. Even the Dodgers have the names on the back for all the people in spring training, all the non-roster invites, all that
they
stuff.
Have to. Fuck, how do you tell people apart?
It's just because the Dodgers are a classy organization. No, not every team does. I forget who it was a game the other night I was watching, and the other team didn't. So
that is interesting.
Yeah,
to say the least.
Suck on that, guy. It's way too early to do predictions. I've seen other people do it. I'm not willing to do that yet.
No. But we are going to have a really cool. We're going to have a really cool breakdown of the roster, an episode A and episode B. So because we're really going to want to deep dive into rosters, right? And you're not going to want to deep dive into the Dodgers, deep dive into the Giants.
I don't fuck around when it comes to rosters.
Yeah, so we're
Some
gonna break that
serious
down
shit.
with a couple of like, people who cover the Giants and Dodgers, so we can just really deep dive and get into it. And then that's the day before opening day is when we're gonna do our predictions, and we're gonna do something a little different too. We're gonna give ourselves. There's gonna be accountability is the word I'm looking for. People are gonna be held accountable for wrong predictions. And yeah, so it's going to be a little extreme at the end of the season, but it's going to be fun.
Yeah. You know what bother? So I'm just gonna fire off a couple things that bother me. One,
Yes,
the spring training, and you can see it right now behind you. That angle of the TV camera behind the pitcher irritates the shit out of me. That's my only gripe with spring training. I hate watching this angle here. I hate it. Yeah, it's not
this
for
was
me.
To you. This was to you. I'm looking at you, not the camera. But I mean,
yes.
yeah, fuck that too.
Second of all, MLB network is doing their 30 clubs in 30 days, which is something I like to watch every year.
Yep.
But what I hate is when they do like, here's the bold prediction, and it's something just so outlandish. I hate that shit. Make a realistic prediction, because you make these bold predictions and you don't think they're going to happen. Yeah, you're just, Bryce Harper is going to hit 60 home runs. There's no way that happens, but on the off chance that it does, you're going to take credit like, I'm a genius. No, you're not. So fuck you. So anyone with the bold predictions or the hot takes, get the fuck out of here. Come up with some real shit. Don't at me.
Or do at me.
Whatever. I'm not good with the internet. I don't know how this shit works. Okay? All you little Generation Z with your Twitter, I can't figure it out.
Poll time. There's an issue going around this year with regarding to starters. Last year, starters, I mean, the most starts anyone made was 13 starts. There's multiple teams talking about different ways to kind of make up for the fact that starters only had a third of a season, had a third of the starts. Are they able to ramp back up to 34 starts after only pitching 10 to 13 starts last year? The poll we put 6-man rotation was 46%. That won the poll. We also had leave it the same, came in second. I guess, I don't know. It's just like a risk of injury. I guess that's the argument there. And then there's, the two starters going 4 or 5 innings got 12%, and the opener at 8. I'm very happy to report that the opener was the least, because the opener is fucking trash. And I'm sure, I guess that doesn't really apply too much to this certain situation, because the starter is still going to go the same. But yeah, what was your solution?
I won't say really what I think I would want.
Okay.
I guess I'll say what I think is going to happen for the Dodgers.
Okay.
I think the Dodgers will roll out like a hybrid rotation where sometimes it's a 6-man.
Okay.
And or they'll skip someone's start and give them an extra 5 days of rest and go with someone else, because they're deep. Assuming that Dustin May and Gonsolin both make the 26-man roster, because there's talks that one of them might start in the minors, but assuming both of them do, I mean, we have a 7-man rotation, so why not take advantage of it, especially with someone like David Price, who didn't throw at all last year. But then you have Trevor Bauer in the mix, who wants to throw every 4th day. We already know that's not going to happen. Yeah, so to tell him he's going to throw every 6 days, that might be an issue. But I think it's something like that would happen. And the Dodgers, even have 2 guys in the minor leagues that could be a 4 or 5 starter right now. Josiah Gray and Mitch White. If anyone is to go down, they can come up and they're not going to miss a beat, because those dudes are studs. So Dodgers are rolling deep. So I think, long-term mindset, just to get through the whole season, it's not going to be every week that they throw 6 guys, but I think every now and again they'll skip someone in the rotation just to give them an extra week of rest and go from there. That's what I think will happen.
With the amount of starters that the Giants have, and especially because the alternate site is coming back, because the minor league season is getting delayed. I am kind of a big fan of the 2-man starter thing. I mean, I think six-man rotation is a little bit more realistic. Because obviously there's and one more guy. It's giving the starters going from 34 starts to like 22, 21 starts, 20 starts. So that kind of eases the workload back up, and then 2022 being a full swing. But I'm pretty interested in the 2-man starter. I feel like we're getting kind of close to it, and that could be like a total groundbreaking thing. I mean, you put Logan Webb in with Alex Wood for that righty lefty. Caitlin Berger in with DeScalafani. Really mix and match it up, and I don't know. I feel like that could be really interesting.
Yeah, I think this is going to be the season where we see it. Mm-hmm. I think some teams are going to experiment with it.
Mm-hmm. And even if they don't do it every single time, I do think the rosters do got to kind of be expanded for that, though. If they are to do something like that, but I don't know. I haven't even heard that inkling being out there about expanded rosters. I've heard rumors of DH and rumors of expanded playoffs, but
I don't understand why they're not pumping it up to 28 again.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense to me, but I'm sure. I mean, obviously the owners, I'm sure, don't want it because. Then we'll have another Seattle mess on our hands where some idiot talks about, we're keeping them all down. So I understand why it's not happening. I don't agree with it, but I understand why.
And one good thing about the alternate site that I did read was that they're able to play other teams at the alternate site. So but they all have to, just be close to each other. I guess like the Giants can play the A's affiliate in Stockton. So that's because you can't lose another minor league year. You can't do it.
But at some point it's like, okay, sure, you're playing other competition, but if it's just one team, I mean that's going to get stale at some point. It's going to be
but then again, it is going to be kind of nice because it's like I think it'd be harder for pitchers for sure, but it would help their their development and really taking the next step if they're seeing the same guys over and over and they really have to figure out shit. So
do they have a start date for the minor league season now, or is it just delayed?
I think it got delayed a month, so it's starting the same time the AA season starts.
Okay.
Because AAA was going to go a month before, and then it was just AA and single A were going to be a month delayed. But it sounds like everyone's going to get delayed. Probably enough time for everyone to get the vaccine. But yeah.
We're just getting vaxxed out here.
Yeah.
We don't have time to say the whole word.
Max out.
Something I don't know if I talked about this because this happened a little bit a couple months ago. But I don't know if you know, or maybe we have talked about it. Do you know Rancho isn't the Dodgers high A affiliate anymore?
I did not know. No.
So Rancho and Great Lakes, so the Loons in Michigan and Rancho switched. So now low A is Rancho, high A is Great Lakes.
Oh,
which is such a bummer.
It's still low A though. So it's still the same. It's low.
But it's not high A.
Yeah,
which is a big deal. I would imagine that still for like rehab assignments, people are going to go to low A. So I mean,
what's the Dodgers AA?
Tulsa. So yeah,
Tulsa and Oklahoma City.
Yeah, so
shit.
both
the only one close is that is so shitty.
Yeah, both their AA and AAA are in fucking Oklahoma, which I don't understand, but I don't know. I liked it better when I was, a kid and AAA was in Las Vegas. It just seemed like it made so much more sense.
So it turns out we're staying here on brand because it seems like every player that you talk shit about just turns into a fucking monster. Gavin Lux playing his ass off after maybe he just listened and was just like, fuck you, Tyler. Maybe the next time he gets a hit, he'll look straight into the camera and just be like, Fuck you.
Here's
Tyler.
the thing. I use this
Show me your
platform
thing.
as a motivational tool because in the back of Gavin Luck's locker, for anyone watching on YouTube, this is what it looks like. It's just me giving him the stink eye, like, really? You're going to suck that fucking much? And because of that, through the off season down to spring training, he's worked on a lot of things and he's looking pretty good. So
it's almost like he should be like a top prospect in baseball, and it's been like it should have been that way for a long time, and you should have not been so fucking stupid and known that. It's almost like something like that, Oh, is that how it was?
I know that he's a top prospect. I just don't think he was playing up to that status. I think he's going to have a good season.
I love it when you get flabbergasted. You can't speak.
No. I think he's going to have a good season, but that's because he's going to be on the roster the entire year. I think second base isn't really an open competition like it has been.
Okay.
I think Chris Taylor is going to. No, not necessarily, because I think Chris Taylor and him are going to split a lot of it.
Okay.
Because
they're both lefties. No, they're not.
No, Chris Taylor's a righty.
Don't listen to me. I just said it. I already caught myself before you caught me, bitch.
Yeah. And against righties, I think you could see a mix of McKinstry playing in left field and Lux playing at second. I don't think McKinstry is going to play all too much at second base unless Lux, really stinks up the joint like he has before. So we'll see.
I'm not going to do it. I know you're trying to get me to defend him, but I will not do this. I'm going to stand firm and not talk anyone up. But so what you're thinking is because you lost Jock, you lost Kike. You're thinking, because we were talking about a little bit before we started about how you thought DJ Peters was going to be on. I know it's a whole different podcast, but we're already in it. Let's just talk. Who do you think is going to replace those two spots? Lux and McKinstry, or someone else getting dropped where Peters can come out?
I feel like it's a mixture of Lux, a mixture of McKinstry and Peters if they decide to carry 13 position players and 13 pitchers.
Oh, wow.
If it's 14 pitchers and 12 position players, Peters isn't going to make the cut. But I think Peters, the reason I don't include Lux in that is because I don't think Lux is like a versatile guy. He's either going to be playing second or filling in at short, but that's it. But they're trying McKinstry out in left field. Peters can play any position in the outfield. So there's a little bit more range. But McKinstry is going to be the Kike Hernandez because he's going to be the versatile guy that can play, 3-4 positions. So I don't know. It would be nice to see DJ Peters make it up. I mean, as long as he doesn't strike out a third of the time, I think he'll make his big league debut at some point because the dude can mash. He just strikes out way too much. So we'll see. But, I hope I'm wrong. That's the thing is when I talk shit about people, I hope I'm wrong. So it doesn't hurt me if Gavin Lux is hitting 400 through June and we come on here and you're like, you're a fucking idiot. Yeah, absolutely. And I'll be happy about it. I'm stoked to be an idiot. As always, this episode is brought to you by Renovation Candle Company, which now can deliver 100% plastic-free packaging and packing components. Biodegradable packaging components, no plastic. Renovation Candle Company doing good things for the earth so you can buy with confidence.
Thank you guys so much for listening. Make sure to be following us on Twitter, Bitches Clear P, on Instagram, Bitches Clear Podcast. Subscribe to us on your favorite podcast platform as well as YouTube. Leave a review to help us grow on Apple Podcasts, and see you guys next week.
Fuck Aubrey Huff.
Fuck that guy.